Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. The bold and the beautiful new summer mystery includes April the lab tech, Jamison Belushi's new role. The bold and the beautiful B&B spoilers reveal the actions about to heat up on the CBS soap. The show's gearing up for a summer mystery story according to Deadline, who also reported that Jamison Belushi has joined the cast of B&B in the role of April the lab technician. Belushi's name rings a bell, then you're probably aware of her famous father, Jim Belushi. Now the younger Belushi has been gaining traction in her own acting career, including this new role on B&B. As for that summer mystery story we mentioned, fans will see it begin on July 1. However, Jamison Belushi won't make her debut as April until July 15, which is when she'll share scenes with some familiar faces. Old and the beautiful spoilers say Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, and John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, will both be featured in this mystery arc along with April as she offers up her lab tech services. For now, it looks like Jamison Belushi will only be around for one episode, but there's always the possibility of more if a lab technician is needed again down the road. Of course, the show is staying tight-lipped on the details of their mystery storyline, but all this lab tech stuff is interesting, especially since we know both Finn and Lai will be involved. Luma Nozawa's Lisa Yamada paternity test seemed legit since Lai brought her own sealed DNA kit over. But could Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, have somehow tampered with the results after all? That's an idea worth considering, particularly since Poppy suddenly declared Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, a father possibility despite previously claiming he wasn't an option. Now Poppy is loving every second of her lavish life in Bill's giant mansion, so maybe there are reasons to be suspicious. The show could be setting Poppy up for a huge downfall, depending on how all this plays out. Our predictions point to some paternity drama one way or another, so stick with us for updates on any other big news about the upcoming mystery story. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say some twists and turns ahead, so stay tuned to see all the characters who'll be affected. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the sprawling hills of Los Angeles, the city seemed to hum with a new energy. It was summer, a time when the air grew warmer and the days stretched lazily into evenings filled with promise. This summer, the atmosphere held a particular buzz, an anticipation that rippled through the glitzy streets and luxurious mansions. It wasn't just the heat that made people restless. It was the arrival of a new mystery in the world of the rich and famous, a mystery that would draw in even the most unflappable denizens of the city. At Forrester Creations, the prestigious fashion house known for its glamorous designs and dramatic family dynamics, the new season was ushering in not just a fresh collection, but also new faces and with them, new secrets. April, the meticulous and sharp-witted lab technician, had just transferred from a renowned lab in New York. With her tousled auburn hair and striking green eyes, April was not just another pretty face in the crowd. She carried with her a reputation for uncovering truths hidden in the minutiae of fabric and thread. April's first week had been a whirlwind of introductions, fitting sessions, and adjusting to the relentless pace of the fashion industry. But it was in the quiet solitude of the lab, away from the catwalks and cameras, that she felt most at home. Here she could immerse herself in the comforting precision of her work, analyzing samples, testing dyes, and ensuring that every piece that left the lab met the impeccable standards of Forrester Creations. However, April soon discovered that the calm of her lab was deceiving. Among the neatly organized drawers and rows of labeled chemicals, a mystery was beginning to unravel. It started with a piece of fabric, seemingly ordinary, but with a composition that didn't match any of the materials Forrester Creations typically used. Intrigued, April delved deeper, running tests and cross-referencing data late into the night. The results were baffling, pointing to a rare and expensive dye, one that had been discontinued years ago due to its controversial history. While April was engrossed in her investigation, a new player arrived on the scene. Jamison Belushi, an enigmatic and suave businessman, had taken on a significant role at Forrester Creations. With his dark, brooding looks and an aura of mystery, Jamison quickly became the talk of the town. His background was a patchwork of high-profile business ventures, philanthropy, and whispers of more clandestine activities. Yet no one could deny his charisma and the magnetic effect he had on everyone around him. Jamison's arrival coincided with a series of unsettling events. Designs went missing, shipments were delayed, and there were rumors of industrial espionage. The employees of Forrester Creations were on edge and speculation ran wild. Was it a competitor trying to sabotage their success, or was the threat coming from within? Despite his polished exterior, Jamison was no stranger to the underbelly of the business world. He had a knack for navigating through shadows, understanding the unspoken rules of power and influence. As he settled into his new role, he kept a close eye on the unfolding chaos, his interest piqued by the unusual occurrences. It wasn't long before his path crossed with April's, their initial interactions marked by a blend of curiosity and suspicion. April couldn't ignore the feeling that Jamison was hiding something. His interest in her work seemed genuine, yet there was an underlying tension in their conversations, a sense that he knew more than he let on. One evening, as April was poring over her notes in the lab, Jamison appeared at the door, his silhouette framed by the dim light of the corridor. "Burning the midnight oil, I see," he said with a hint of a smile. "Here you're the best in your field. Quite the reputation to live up to." April looked up, her eyes meeting his. "Just trying to make sure everything's perfect. Something's not adding up with this fabric. It's like it has a story to tell." Jamison stepped closer, his gaze intense. "And what story is that?" April hesitated, choosing her words carefully. "A story that doesn't belong here. This dye is from a batch that was supposed to be destroyed years ago. Its presence here raises questions." Jamison nodded thoughtfully. "Questions you intend to answer, no doubt, but be careful, April. Sometimes the truth is more dangerous than the lie." As the weeks went by, the tension at Forrester Creations escalated. April's investigation revealed more anomalies, each piece of evidence pointing to a complex web of deceit and betrayal. Meanwhile, Jamison's presence became increasingly enigmatic. He would appear and disappear with little warning, his actions unpredictable and his motives unclear. One evening, as a summer storm raged outside, April made a breakthrough. The mysterious fabric she had been analyzing was linked to a scandal involving a rival fashion house, a scandal that had nearly brought down several high-profile figures in the industry. The implications were staggering, suggesting that someone within Forrester Creations was orchestrating a plot to destabilize the company from the inside. April knew she needed to share her findings, but trust was a scarce commodity. She decided to confront Jamison, hoping to gauge his reaction and perhaps find an ally in her quest for the truth. She found him in the dimly lit lounge, staring out at the storm with a contemplative expression. "Jamison, I need to talk to you," April said, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. He turned to face her, his eyes revealing a mixture of curiosity and concern. "What is it, April?" "I've uncovered something significant, something that ties the recent events to a much larger conspiracy, but I don't know who to trust." Jamison studied her for a moment before speaking. "Trust is earned, April, and rarely given freely. But sometimes you have to take a leap of faith." April took a deep breath and laid out her findings. As she spoke, she watched Jamison's face, searching for any hint of deception. To her surprise, he seemed genuinely intrigued and concerned. "This is bigger than I thought," Jamison said quietly. "We need to be careful. If what you're saying is true, then we're dealing with people who will stop at nothing to achieve their goals." Together, April and Jamison formed an uneasy alliance, determined to uncover the truth and protect Forrester Creations from the looming threat. As the summer wore on, they navigated through a labyrinth of secrets, lies, and hidden agendas, their partnership growing stronger with each revelation. In the end, it was their combined skills and determination that led them to the heart of the conspiracy, exposing the culprits and safeguarding the legacy of Forrester creations. The journey had been perilous, but it forged a bond between them that neither had anticipated. As the last days of summer faded into autumn, Los Angeles returned to its familiar rhythm. But for April and Jamison, the season had brought more than just heat and sunshine. It had brought a mystery that tested their limits and revealed the depths of their resilience. And as they looked toward the future, they knew that, whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, bound by the secrets they had uncovered and the truths they had vowed to protect.